remember when I was a teenager, 20 years ago, whatever, 10 grand meant something.
Yeah.
10 grand means nothing now.
Yeah.
10 grand is lunch in London. It's lunch. Like, what can you do with 10 grand? You can't buy a car. You can't buy a house. You can literally buy a jacket. Maybe a jacket and some shoes for 10 grand. Like, 10 grand is fuck all now.
Yeah.
So money's losing value rapidly. And what's going to be left is, as you described about me living in my house, what's going to be left instead of the money are things that matter, real things. Food matters, shelter matters, real things matter.
Yeah.
So yes, I understand there's a lot of money that can be made in property. I just have this very pessimistic view
I get that.
of the British state.
Yeah.
Because the only problem that
But you're going to come
has-
back and be the PM, bro. And then the properties are going to boom again.
When I'm PM, buy property.
Yeah.
Because you can
It's too
trust
late
me.
then. It's too
You can-
late then, though.
You can trust me.
It's too
right?
late.
But can we trust these clowns? But yeah, it's an interesting economic situation we're in, and it's unprecedented because truthfully,
it is.
AI is coming. People are going to start losing their jobs. These tariffs have happened now. Trump's come along, which is a recent development. And I'll be honest, I've been doing a lot of research. Even I haven't come to the conclusion whether they're a good or a bad thing. Even I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very complicated thing. So the whole world's changing in a way like never before. All the Western nations that people used to consider safe investments have now been deemed, for a lot of people, risky investments. A lot of things are changing all of the time. England, they'll lock you up for talking. So do you want a house there really? I don't know. I mean, everyone's flooding the money to Dubai. We have this one city where all the world's millionaires are throwing money in. I bought a house here 3 years ago and it's doubled.
Wow.
In 3 years.
That's incredible. In
incredible.
Dubai?
In Dubai, yeah.
So you bought a house while you're on house arrest?
No, it was about 2 months before I went to jail.
Wow.
2 months before I went to jail, and it's doubled. So, but why is that? Because all the Russian money, all the Ukrainian money, all the Singaporean money, all the English money, all the German money, all the world's money is coming to one
Bro, when
city.
you were in prison, there was a lot of people praying that you get out.
Well, that's it looked like it worked.
There was a lot of people praying for you.
Well,
and I think you as well. I think you see a lot of stuff online in the media. If you Google your name under the news section, it's all bad.
Of course.
But in reality, I think, certainly in Britain, the people that I speak with, I think you're very, very held very high regard. People respect what you're doing.
I've never had a negative interaction in person in my life.
And a lot of what you said in our last podcast that we did a few years ago, because can you believe this is our third? It's mad.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. But a lot of what you said in the early days has kind of come true. A lot of the stuff you said would happen, it's happened, or it's happening. And people can see that. And that's why I wanted to get you back on. Where do you see the next 2-3 years in terms of business, entrepreneurship?
Here's where we go.